Hey, Fusebox back on Raid Shadow Legends. So we're going to talk about, there is an amazing fusion coming up. So we'll talk about him. But in general, let's talk about what makes getting a fusion done much easier. It can be done if you plan ahead without much more difficulty than a fragment. And for people who are like early game or, been playing for a couple, 3 months, is it the right time for you? So the things that make it difficult. Well, first let's look at this fusion hero. Like, this guy is for real. It's for real. Karato Fox Hunter. This guy, I'm getting him hands down. And I know that it can be tough. We'll talk about it all in a minute. But this guy absolutely has an A2 that can stun whoever you need on the team locked out for 2 turns. His A3 completely locks out abilities on the whole team. He's a decent affinity when it comes to arena, and that's where I think he's going to shine the most. But he'll be great in faction wars. He'll lock out teams. Doom Tower could do a lot. He could lock out, put that 2-turn stun on those stopping peril. You know how that goes, right? Mortu Macabre is hard to control sometimes, and then he locks out the rest of the team while you pick on Mortu Macabre. He's going to be an amazing hero. I expect high damage out of him. I could be wrong, but I'm quite sure he's going to hit hard. So he's amazing. All right. If he pairs up with Yumiko, it's going to be sick if you have both, right? I do not have her, but that would be awesome. All right. So he's great. You probably want him. Now let's talk about getting him. A fusion event is not much different from a fragment event. There's just a little more effort you need to put into it. You can do that now, not during the event, to save your energy and get your event done. First thing you want to do is make sure that you have some food ready to go. Now, I kind of do this in general because I make content. I'm always building heroes. Some of them not even that good because it might be all that somebody has. That being said, when it comes to 4-star food, I guess I could just do this. I keep a lot of food, and I'm in a position where I do have some epics that could be counted as food. Some of these are just leveled up during the champion leveling tournaments or events, the training events. So I just level them up to 32 to get quick points. I do want some of them, obviously, but some of these might be food. I'll turn them into a 5-star chicken if I've already got one built, or they're just really nothing there to go for. But other than that, I'll have to go through and see which ones I have and I don't need the dupe or don't need the hero, and some of these can be food. But aside from them, these are actually 4-star chickens I've been building up. All along here, you see my succubi army is starting to regrow. Of course, again, I level up a lot of heroes, so I'm constantly making food. That's why the number one resource in this game is energy, which could also be gems because they become energy. That's why if you are a low spender, that 10, I haven't even been doing it. I need to. The $10 a month gem pack gets you 2,000 gems over the month. That comes in so handy for $10. Anyways, enough of that. I'm making tons of food. You can see I'm starting to build up 3 stars to turn into 4 stars. What you want 16 4-star foods. And I also have been running Doom Tower, so I probably have, let's look at that. I probably have some chickens in there too. You want 16 4-star feeders ready to go before the fusion starts. If I go to upgrade, so I've got starting to build up pretty good. So there's 5 there. I can count them as well. 16 of those you do not want to touch because you will have to ascend 4 epics to level 550. You're going to need 4 for each. That's 16. So have 16 4-stars ready to go before you start. Now, one little tip is you can turn those into 3 stars and have 16 330s ready to go with food behind them. And during the training event, pop all of them up to 4 stars and then put them to the side. Make sure you don't touch 16 of them. That way you don't have to worry about it. You're ready to go as you're ascending and leveling your main epics to get this legendary. They're probably going to throw some good epics out if I had to guess because he's an amazing looking legendary. They're going to try to entice you into giving up. Go for this guy. I really think he's going to be the real deal. So 16 in the bag over the next few weeks means you're ready to go. This will probably be pretty close to Valentine's Day, so you might not have much time. I'd start leveling food now. Another thing you want to do now with your energy, not during the event, is go to running running the potion keeps and run them like crazy. I need to badly right now, so that's what I'll be doing. Run the heck out of these the furthest stage you can. Doesn't matter which one it is. You're going to need a decent amount of, we don't know the colors you need. So get a ton of them. Get a ton of them. Stock up. You probably need them anyway. You should have tons of these. I level a lot of heroes. I've gotten really efficient at it. I'll do a video about that if it helps anybody. It's pretty basic. You just got to put in the time. But you need these potions. You need them. So be running every potion daily. Like today, I've got Spirit Keep open. I need to run that before it closes. At the reset, when it opens up another one, I need to run that one all the way through in the next week. And if you do that one time for each one of these, you're going to have plenty. It doesn't take much effort. You'll be able to get through it without wasting energy during the event to actually ascend those epics and those rares. The rare part's easy. The epics take a little bit of work, and then you probably want potions for your champion because you probably will be able to level him up by the end of all this. The rest of the tips are simple. They're the same as when you're doing a fragment event. If you do all of this pre-work ahead of time, just remember during the training events to be training the heroes that you have to level and ascend as fusion heroes during that time so that you're not wasting energy on just a bunch of other heroes. Make sure that they're a part of your leveling squad, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is the same as a fragment. So if you knock those things out, fusions are about the same as a fragment. You just have to be ahead of the game. So I won't be building a lot of new heroes until this hits because I definitely want this guy. If you get busy, this helps a lot. I got so busy on my second account, I didn't even get the last hero, a Pardon. But hey, a Pardon Clanfather, I'm actually going to do a video maybe today if I have time. We'll see what we got, right? I've already got him booked out during the last CVC, so we'll try him out. But this one's going to be good. It's going to be good. One day you're going to probably wish you had this guy. So go ahead and get him. He's I just can't see how anybody could say he's not going to be an amazing arena champion unless they just screw the numbers up on him. He looks solid as a rock. So we've got the fusion going on. So when are you ready to do a fusion? Now that's very difficult to just generically answer. Where your account sits depends wholly on how you've been playing and how long you've been playing. I'm going to tell you the most difficult part. I fell for I pulled some shards for old Kymar. I got lucky. I pulled a second Calvalax with 27 shards, a second Calvalax, and I got my first Candrafon. So I'm not complaining at all. I did want Kymar, but I'm super happy. That's a lot of luck for 27 shards and not during a 2x. But so I'm a little low. But I can afford to do that because I used a lot on my last one too. I've been playing a little bit sloppy because I was getting up around 9,000 of these. If you've got a lot of mystery shards, which you will get a lot if you are leveling food on 12.3, that's why 12.3, another reason not to go into Nightmare, stay in Brutal. You earn a ton of these shards. This can get you through a lot of these events. Holding on to heroes like Clanfather, I just want to do a test on him is the only reason I pulled him, but I do have Yannicka coming up. So having a legendary that you can get out of your bag makes those much easier. But when it comes to shards, if you don't have tons of green shards, and it is no fun pulling them, I'm telling you now, but it gets you through. I promise it gets you through. You've got to save shards. So here's the question for you. Are you able to hold on to shards that early game to get a guaranteed legendary? The truth is, this is a better hero than Pardon Clanfather for many people. But if you're progressing in early game, if you've been playing a couple months, Clanfather is going to be a better hero for you for the next few months than this guy. Because Clanfather in just some basic gear does a lot of work to keep you alive. It's a tough call on how much you want to put into it. If you're willing to spend money, this is the only time in your early game. This is the only time that you'll ever hear me say buying shards might be what you need, but don't do it until it's time. Because this is the most difficult thing for new players. Not having their clan boss team earning tons of shards, not being able to beat Doom Tower to get tons of shards, it makes it much, much tougher. So kind of think of where you're at. Are you holding on to mystery shards? The only other advice I have is if you're not ready for these fusions, then the way to handle your shards, if you're just trying to get some heroes, only do 2x events. Don't fall for the 10x's because even if you spend tons of money, I promise you there's a small chance. Let's say that there's a 10x for Kymar, like I went for, right? So let's just say there's 400 legendary champions that you can pull from Ancient Shards. If there's a 10x for Kymar, then instead of 400 champions in that pool, think of it like 409 because they're going to add 9 more chances to get Kymar. It's still pretty slim pickings. So don't fall for 10Xs. They give you no better chance to get a legendary. They just kind of help you target one. It's a very in-game thing, or, I make content. Having Kymar would be huge for me. But hey, I get by with my Renegade, right? There's a rare that can pull it off. So that's going to be your toughest thing. Can you get through the summoning events? It's hard to plan ahead on if you can miss one or two. Sometimes you can if they offer an epic that you need through, say, champion training, and you can pull that off. Then you might be able to skip one or two events that you can't do. You've got to plan it carefully and think ahead. But if you do the early preparation, getting ready for a fusion, getting 16 4-stars that you do not touch, having them ready for your epics, and getting all your potions in order, it makes it the same as a fragment. It feels like more work, but it's not. Not if you just spend a few weeks getting all those things in order. It's the same as a fragment event. So I don't want you to be scared of fusions. If you did a fragment event and it was easy for you, then this right here can definitely be done free to play. I don't usually have to spend any money on events. Usually I get through. I'm right now. I'm just kind of riding the mystery shard train, and then I'm gonna let them build back up. But that's because I don't need them over 10,000. I'm just pulling them back down, getting through my events. So, anyways, let's get this guy. Karato Fox Hunter is going to be a good champion. I just can't see them messing this up. He's already out. His skills are good. If you ever get that pair, he's going to be really, really, really amazing. Anyways, thanks for sitting through it. Hopefully, you will be able to get through this fusion. That way, you're not regretting it down the road. If you simply feel like you can't, then that is just make peace with that. Kind of start getting ready for the next month, which does mean pulling shards only during these events for a lot of early players. It's the only way to get through them. And you never know when it's going to be the one that you wish you had. I think this is going to be that one. Until next time, enjoy the grind.